Welcome to Virtue and Integrity, selections from The Apology of Socrates by Plato, Vegetarian, Part 2 of 2, on Words of Wisdom. The venerated Socrates was born in Athens, Greece, circa 470 BC. Many people consider him to be the father of Western philosophy. Others think of him as an insightful teacher and an enlightened master. Socrates believed that an individual's main purpose on earth was to discover the truth. He stated that most people focus their lives around their families, careers, and social responsibilities, when in fact they should be concerned about the welfare of their souls. With compassion for all life, Socrates followed and promoted a vegetarian diet. Most of the information about Socrates, his life, and his philosophy was transcribed after his departure by two of his students, Plato and Xenophon. These disciples wrote about their master in several books, in which Socrates is depicted as the main character. One of Plato's most famous and influential works is The Apology of Socrates. This is a philosophical, legal defense that Socrates used in the unjust court trial against him, which Plato recorded as an audience of the court. Here, Socrates expounds on the importance of being virtuous and choosing to do good, even in the face of hardship. During a lecture in Costa Rica in 1989, Supreme Master Ching Hai spoke of the sacrifices that the saints, including Socrates, made to enlighten people, and why they are the greatest peacemakers.
All the saints in the past worked very hard to enlighten people, even though by doing so, they have to endure many kinds of criticism, misunderstanding, and hardship, sometimes even risking their lives, such as in the case of Jesus and Socrates. Also Buddha, many people wanted to kill him, also tried to blacken his name. But despite all of this difficulty, the saints always endure for the sake of people. The saints are the greatest peacemakers, the greatest politicians who always bring peace into the world, the king without any thorn, because they don't need anything in this world.
Let us continue with excerpts from Plato's The Apology of Socrates, whereby Socrates explains his good intentions in teaching the people the importance of virtue at no personal benefit to himself, and his commitment to not doing unjust acts, even under extreme coercion. O Athenians, continue to attend to my request not to murmur at what I say, but to listen, for, as I think, you will derive benefit from listening. For I am going to say other things to you, at which perhaps you will raise a clamor, but on no account do so. Be well assured then, if you put me to death, being such a man as I say I am, you will not injure me more than yourselves. For neither will Melitus nor Anytus harm me, nor have they the power. For I do not think that it is possible for a better man to be injured by a worse. He may perhaps have me condemned to death, or banished, or deprived of civil rights, and he or others may perhaps consider these as mighty evils. I, however, do not consider them so, but that it is much more so to do what he is now doing, to endeavor to put a man to death unjustly. Now, therefore, O Athenians, I am far from making a defense on my behalf, as anyone might think, but I do so on your own behalf, lest by condemning me you should offend at all with respect to the gift of the deity to you. For if you should put me to death, you will not easily find such another. So the deity appears to have united me, being such a person as I am, to the city, that I may rouse you and persuade and reprove every one of you, nor ever cease besetting you throughout the whole day. Such another man, O Athenians, will not easily be found. Therefore, if you will take my advice, you will spare me. But you, perhaps, being irritated like drowsy persons who are roused from sleep, will strike me, and yielding to Anytus, will unthinkingly condemn me to death. And then you will pass the rest of your life in sleep, unless the deity, caring for you, should send someone else to you. But that I am a person who has been given by the deity to this city, you may discern from hence, for it is not like the ordinary conduct of men that I should have neglected all my own affairs and suffered my private interest to be neglected for so many years, and that I should constantly attend to your concerns, addressing myself to each of you separately, like a father or elder brother, persuading you to the pursuit of virtue. Now you see yourselves that my accusers, who have so shamelessly calumniated me in everything else, have not had the impudence to bring witnesses to prove that I ever either exacted or demanded any reward. And I think I produced a sufficient proof that I speak the truth, namely my poverty. For it is not possible that any man should be safe who sincerely opposes either you or any other multitude, and who prevents many unjust and illegal actions from being committed in a city. But it is necessary that he who in earnest contends for justice. I will give you strong proof of this, not words, but what you value, facts. Hear then what has happened to me, that you may know that I would not yield to anyone contrary to what is just, through fear of death. At the same time, by not yielding, I must perish. I shall tell you what will be displeasing and wearisome, yet true. For I, O Athenians, never bore any other magisterial office in the city, but have been a senator. And our Antiochian tribe happened to supply the Prytanes, when you chose to condemn in a body the 10 generals who had not taken off those that perished in the sea fight, in violation of the law, as you afterward all thought. At that time, I alone of the Prytanes opposed your doing anything contrary to the laws, and I voted against you. And when the orators were ready to denounce me and to carry me before a magistrate, and you urged and cheered them on, I thought I ought rather to meet the danger with law and justice on my side than through fear of imprisonment or death, to take part with you in your unjust designs. And this happened while the city was governed by a democracy. But when it became an oligarchy, the 30, having sent for me with 4 others to the Tholos, ordered us to bring Leon the Salaminian from Salamis, that he might be put to death. And they gave many similar orders to many others, wishing to involve as many as they could in guilt. Then, however, I showed, not in word but in deed, that I did not care for death, but that all my care was to do nothing unjust or unholy. For that government, strong as it was, did not so overawe me as to make me commit an unjust action. And of this you can have many witnesses.
I suggest following these basic guidelines. First, eat fresh whole foods. Second, focus on plant-based foods. Finally, whatever you can, buy organic. You will see and feel the difference. Martina Navratilova, vegan.
Faith-loving viewers, it was a delight to have your company today for Words of Wisdom.